Pepper says, are you ready to declutter another section of this hoarded basement? I know I am. It is that time of the week again. It is time to declutter another section in this hoarded basement. And last week we did a great job clearing out this section. And I wanted to start working over here because there's a lot of overflowing stuff behind this coffee table top. But I can't really get to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other side and start chopping away at this area so that I can start to get to all that stuff. Hello everyone, I am Miss Hart, and on this episode, as we are decluttering this huge pile, I'm going to be talking a little more about how tough love does not work with people with hoarding disorder. I have read different comments of other people, not on my channel, but on other platforms when they talk about hoarding disorder. And I've read that they had said, just do tough love. Just throw it all out at once. Trust me, it's better for them in the long run. And I'm here to tell you that no, it is not. Not even close, because tough love is literally the worst thing you can do to somebody with hoarding disorder, and just throw all of the stuff out at one time. It's because what's going to happen is, if you throw everything out in one shot against their will, without their consent, what it's going to do is it is going to set off every alarm in their nervous system, and it's going to register this event as trauma, as betrayal, as the people who love me the most, or supposedly love me the most, how could they do this to me? How could they create so much pain within my heart? And what's going to happen is, sure, that area might be cleared out for a couple of days, weeks, months, but I will guarantee you that without any type of cognitive help or therapies, or them working through their hoarding recovery journey, they're going to re-hoard that area quicker than ever, to self-soothe that pain and that anxiety and that depression and all those emotions. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be even harder to break the cycle, because now we have just created more trauma on top of the trauma of decluttering already. And I just want people to be aware of that. If their intention is good and they're thinking that, yeah, tough love works and we're just going to do it and clear it all out, just please hear my words on behalf of someone who has struggled with hoarding disorder her entire life. Please do not do this. Please do not do that to the person that you love and that you're trying to help. Instead, do what we've been doing this whole time, and that is letting them open up, letting them share their emotions about why they're hoarding, and doing baby step decluttering like we're doing right now. And I believe that's why I've had such a successful recovery in my hoarding disorder, because you all allowed me to share my emotions on this platform as I declutter, and you lovingly supported me through that. And I'm just so grateful for you all. That is how I am able to go through this box. And yes, I still have to touch mostly everything in here, but I can actually look through an entire box and maybe just keep a few things and let go of the rest of it, because I don't feel as emotionally attached to it anymore. And because I'm not emotionally attached to it anymore, I can make a quick, logical decision now to let these things go. Now, let's move up here, because there's a lot of stuff on top that's piled on top of each other. Like this basket right here, I can let everything in this basket go. But underneath of that is another set of baby bottles, and this is a little more emotionally charged. Okay, so we found some baby bottles, and I had two sets of these, of course. One was Brandon's set when he was a baby, and when I had Tyler, I had a sprinkle, and someone bought me a second set. And I already got rid of the first set before, probably last year, and now we're on the last set. And of course, I'm very emotionally attached to this because it represents when they were babies, and then it's also a coping mechanism and self-soothing for the 3 miscarriages I had back in like 2019. And I've really worked through those emotions. I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't sting a little bit, but I'm going to keep the one little bottle with my baby memorabilia, and then we will let go of the rest of it. That's why I can actually talk myself through it and know that the decision to let this go, but to keep this, is going to keep me decluttering. It's not going to set off all my alarms with my nervous system because I still have something, one baby bottle left, and I can tell that that's all that I need. So, you know, these are the internal struggles that people with hoarding disorder have. This is why when you have hoarding disorder, decluttering can be at a slower pace, but I feel like that is the more successful pace because I can keep going. I can actually let the nightlight go, but I can recognize that these little toddler sippy cups, I still need to hold on to, and that's quite okay, because I'm moving on to this fruit stand. Now, I wanted to use it in the kitchen, but it didn't work in the space, so I'm totally gonna let that go. Next is this old box of photos, and I really need to find a new home for this because I really don't want them in the basement. So I'm really gonna have to designate a home for all my pictures upstairs and really find a good storage solution for it. Because I know by keeping my pictures in good condition, that's going to further me in being more successful in decluttering and letting go because it lets me hold on to those memories instead of holding on to all of these items for my memories. Because with my ADHD, I do have a very not great memory. I'm going to be honest. I don't have the best memory. And that was one of the many reasons why I held on to all this stuff, because as soon as I picked it up and I held it in my hand, the memories came flooding back into my body, and it felt so good because I would have this rush of dopamine, remembering all the good times that I had. So that's why it's going to be a very important task to start to really organize those photos. Now, up here, there are a lot of plastic bags up here because I've hoarded plastic bags for years because I used them for a multitude of reasons, whether it was for the little waste baskets, trash bags, putting in the dirty bedding from the guinea pig, or Pepper's litter box so that we could throw that out. I saved it for a multitude of reasons. But in New Jersey, they stopped giving out plastic bags. You have to use your reusable canvas bags, which is great. But that internal hoarder, because I can no longer get plastic bags, and I know it's stemming from that scarcity mindset that a lot of hoarders struggle with. So it's just showing me another area that I have to work in so that I can freely and easily let go of more plastic bags in the future. I will always have hoarding disorder. It is a mental disorder. But what I can do is start to change the behaviors, the habits, the thought processes, so I don't have to hold on to as much stuff. And I can start to create these boundaries so that I don't cross over back to level 3, 4, 5 hoarding again. Because as I'm looking at this bin, this is a bin that's already been gone through and labeled as a sentimental bin that I know that I'm not even ready to process. Which is okay. I'm going to allow myself that because it's already contained in these bins. They are labeled, they are sentimental items, and as long as they're contained in the bins, then it's all right for me to hold on to them a little longer. And Miss Pepper is checking out this new spot because she's never been able to hop on the chair before, and seeing her explore the new area again makes this a positive experience for me because I was able to clear it out not only for my family, but also for Miss Pepper so that she can explore and check things out. Because here is today's tossy pile. It's another really good size pile. And most of this stuff, we're going to recycle it as best as we can. And I am going to take the time to celebrate that I was able to let go of these baby bottles, because that was a huge step that took a lot of strength within myself. And then being able to continuously let more things go. We're going to celebrate these small steps and these small victories, because as we do that over and over again, we start to open up more spaces in our home, in our house. We were able to clear out another section in this hoarded basement. And though it looks very small on the floor, it was stacked up very high. And we're going to continue in this area, decluttering, organizing, and processing more emotions as we declutter and clear out this basement. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to declutter and clean something in your home today too.